everyone, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where today it is time for the Conjurer level 5 quest. We've gotten started with another new class. Exciting! Between last episode and this one, patch 6.18 did come out. The only things that really changed that affect us are data center travel. Most of the rest of the updates are for much later on, things we are not going to be getting to for a while. Largely, it looked like it was largely changes to the player versus player content, which will be not for a while. But yeah, data center travel is a new feature that was added. It's been a little bit buggy so far, but that's to be expected. It's a pretty massive feature. Basically, it lets you play on completely different data centers with your friends who may not be on the same data center or set of servers as you. So basically, you can now play with anyone as long as they're within the same geographical region as you, is how it plays out in practice. So if you're playing on a North American server, you can play with basically anyone else who's on another North American server. Same with the European servers, and same with the Oceania servers and the, I believe, Japanese servers. Really, really nice. Something I've been looking forward to for a while. I'm going to see if possibly in the future I can gather some of my friends from various data centers and we can do some of those duties, dungeons, multiplayer content together, but that will be a ways off. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. Hello, Isumiyan. Brother Isumiyan wants you to learn about the element of Earth. It is good to see you again, Satora. By the air of serenity that surrounds you, it is plain you have learned to draw upon the energy of creation. I am glad, it is the wellspring of all our power. Yet the energy of creation is not one thing but many, and to call upon all without first knowing each is contrary at its most basic. As a part of your continuing education, it is my desire that you now learn about the element of Earth. Make your way to the Blessed Bud in North Shroud, and there partake of Hearer Nolanel's wisdom. The depth of his affinity for the elementals of rock and soil is all but unique among conjurers, and he is a gifted instructor besides. You may be certain of receiving a most enlightening lesson on the subject of Earth. Alright, we've actually worked with Nolanel before. We provided chocobo manure for his garden. So it'll be good to be actually getting lessons from him now. Alright, let's go ahead and head on out to North Shroud and go meet up with him. He's not too far out, he's just at the Blessed Bud, which is just down the path, past the Tree Speak stables and to the left. And as usual, the Wood Wailer seems to have a grudge against the local squirrels and ladybugs. Or the ladybugs and squirrels have a grudge against them? Why do they keep going after the Wood Wailers? They're not gonna win. There's no reason for them to be aggro. It's weird. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and drop down here. And there's Nolanel. You seek Hearer Nolanel? Then seek no more, for you have found him. What can I do for you, friend? So, Brother Isumiyan bid you come to me to learn of the element of Earth? That is well. The power of Earth is the solid foundation upon which a conjurer stands. I could happily lecture you for days on its intricate variations and properties. But I'd rather suspect the busy life of an adventurer would not afford the time required for such extended discourse. Accordingly, I shall offer you an opportunity to experience the qualities of Earth firsthand, in combat. Now mark me well, Satora, and do exactly as I command. East of here, in the grounds of Tree Speak stables, there exists a patch of soil that bears a mark of corruption. Seek it out. When you have found the place, reach out to the focus of the Earth's trauma, and attempt to commune with it, as all conjurers can. Resentful of your intrusion, the tainted being that feasts unseen upon the energy seeping from the wounded Earth shall then appear. Using the powers of conjury, strike it down and permit the land a chance to heal. Much of the nature of Earth will be revealed to you during the struggle, Satora. I trust you will return to me a wiser woman than she who now departs. Right then, let's go learn firsthand. So we're going to be healing some corrupted soil? Some wounded soil? Fair enough, that sounds like a good way to learn about Earth firsthand. Heading into the Tree Speak stables, there's a corrupted soil right there. Alright, Tainted Earth Sprite. I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to put you down. Alright, and that was not too bad at all. Just bop it with a few stones and down it goes. I really should be remembering to eat food. Will I ever make that a habit? We will see. Probably not. It sure doesn't seem like I'm doing a great job of making that a habit. Alright, Nolanel, I return. I have healed the earth. By beating it over the head with a stick, I suppose. Welcome back, Satora, the elementals whisper of your accomplishments. How did it feel to confront that embodiment of Earth, to endure its onslaught? Has the crushing power of this element shaken the very marrow of your bones? Corruption occurs when the land's wounds are prevented from healing. In vanquishing the tainted sprite, you permitted the Earth's energies to flow unimpeded and to nourish the land once more. Can you not sense the strength of the Earth returning? Already the land begins to heal. Thanks to your actions, that field will once again bear bountiful crops. When next you have reason to call upon your art, look back upon this task and that which you accomplished. Experience once more the grinding weight of the Earth's fury and revel in the memory of life flowing anew through the land you helped restore. With such thoughts shall your understanding of nature continue to grow. I hope you were paying attention, Sylphie. See this adventurer here? Satora came all the way from Stillglade Fang just to hear my lesson. You would do well to learn from her example. If you wish to become a conjurer worthy of the name, you must make an effort to study nature. Do you attend me, young lady? Why should I bother studying nature? I can conjure already. See? You have a rare gift for healing, Sylphie. A wonderful gift. Yet there is more to being a conjurer than... But I don't want to do more. I want to heal. I'm good at healing. You can't make me do those other things. Sometimes I wonder why I even try. Sylphie joined the guild shortly before you came to us. As you yourself just experienced, she possesses a prodigious talent for healing. Indeed, despite her tender years, I know a few conjurers who are her equal in that field. Alas, nature, the very wellspring of her power, holds no interest for the child. And when she should by rights be learning about the land, she prefers instead to wander it, healing people on a whim. You, in contrast, have been a most attentive student. I have taught you all I know of the element of Earth. You may report back to Brother Isumi and tell him as much. So, the Conjurer questline is going to be very strong about emphasizing healers are not just about healing their party members. It's not good to just heal your party members. I believe I have talked about this in the past, but a healer's job is effectively jokingly referred to as green DPS. Our color in combat is green in the party list, but you are still doing DPS, you are still doing damage. Your job is to kill the enemies, and if your party needs to be healed or needs to be supported, then you heal or support them, but your focus generally should be on killing the enemies. When enemies are dead, they can't be doing damage in the first place, so doing damage is a great way to keep your party alive, and ultimately that's your job as a healer. Keep them alive. A tank distracts, a DPS kills, and a healer keeps them alive. And they keep them alive by doing damage. Literally cannot emphasize that enough because so many new players will literally just stand around as healers and only heal and refuse to even use auto attacks. They refuse to even go close enough to an enemy to attack them automatically. It's not great. Thankfully, a lot of healers figure that out pretty quickly that they're supposed to be doing damage, usually when people get justifiably annoyed with them. But Satora, you have returned. But tell me, how did you fare under Nolanel's expert tutelage? Have you delved deep into the earth and felt its suffocating weight, its life-sustaining vigor? Such experiences will serve you well, and have you aught else to report? A fledgling conjurer named Sylphie casts healing magic upon you. How kind of her. I must confess sharing Nolanel's frustration with the girl. As you yourself have witnessed, Sylphie possesses a natural talent for the conjuring of mending and restoration. Alas, her gifts appear to have blinded her to the need for study, and she outright refuses to learn about the natural world. She knows nothing of the elements of earth and wind, and is quite incapable of conjuring even the tiniest pebble or the faintest breeze. I have tried upon numerous occasions to explain to her that conjurers who are ignorant of the source of their power pose a risk to themselves and others, but all to no avail. Should she continue to deny the debt she owes to nature and indulge in ever more reckless displays of power, there is every possibility that she'll create a dangerous imbalance. Needless to say, I am presently at a loss to know how such an eventuality might be prevented. A thought occurs to me, Satora. It may be that your encounter with Sylphie is ordained by the elementals. Should you chance to meet with her again, I ask that you strive to impress upon her the importance of opening oneself to nature's voice. Mayhap she'll listen to you. But we've discussed our wayward young friend's education enough. Let us bake instead of one of my more willing pupils, namely you. The progress you have made does you great credit, Satora. Though you are yet new to the art of conjuring, you are no stranger to nature's embrace. Considering all that you have learned, I hope you understand the true significance of these words. Alright. We get a new wand, which looks to actually be a downgrade. It's a one-handed wand, which one-handed weapons as conjurer will allow you to equip shields, but they are also a little bit weaker, so it's your choice. Do you want a stronger weapon with two-handed, or do you want better defense with one-handed? Eventually, we're going to be switching over entirely to two-handed. There's not very many one-handed conjurer's weapons in the late game, but for now, for the start of the game, you do have a choice, especially if you're starting out in Gridania and need to be able to fight solo. Alright, let's see. We've got options. A custom-made robe of healing. Item level 6. Okay, +1 defense, +1 mind. Hempen hat we have. Bone ring is going to be undoubtedly be a downgrade. Yep. Copper wristlets. Downgrade. Okay, so we are getting the custom-made robe of healing. Get our new equipment on, and let's head out to begin work on our hunting log. Our first target's going to be in the central shroud in green tier. We're fighting water sprites. Alright, made it out to the river to the east of New Gridania. Heading out into Central Shroud, and we have plenty of water sprites here for us to fight. As usual, start off with an arrow to get that DOT going, that damage over time. And then we'll just bop them on the head with a few rocks, and they will go down nice and easy. Alright, I believe one more water sprite should do it. Oh, and they're giving us water shards. That'll be useful for some of our crafters. Alright, that should clear out the water sprites. So, next up on the list, we have Midge Swarms. Ooh, North Shroud, North Shroud. Syrphid Swarms. Oh, you know what? Well, if there are Microchews over here, we can at least take care of these. That's convenient. Don't have to go to North Shroud for everything. Alright, micro shoes should be clear. Beautiful, and that gives us a new ability. Repose, which I'm going to immediately put on my back hotbar. Repose is a sleeping spell. It is a roll action for healers. Afflicts targets with sleep. GCD, a duration of 30 seconds. And I believe sleep is cancelled automatically if an enemy gets attacked. So it's useful for managing large groups. When you're dealing with large groups, you can put some of the enemies to sleep and just focus on one at a time. But once you have a lot of really good AoE attacks, it's much less useful. Also much less useful when you're in a party who has AoE attacks. But if you are still relatively early game and need to keep some enemies off your back, Repose can be useful. Okay, let's see. I think I need just one more Seraphid Swarm. I don't think I'm going to find too many inside the... oh god. Spirit Hold. How did I forget the name of Spirit Hold? We can at least poke in the beginning. Wood Whalers are taking care of the imps. There we go. Yep, there are a few. Am I making a huge mistake drawing this much attention to myself? Absolutely. I'm sure we'll be fine though. Just gotta kill the swarm and then run. Alright, Seraphid Swarm's done. Now let's flee. Alright, next on our list. We'll take care of the mid swarms last. We'll do Northern Vultures then. So off to the East Shroud. Then we'll take the boat into Old Gridania and then take the Ethernet to North Shroud, and that'll get us to our last targets. Alright, here we are in the Honey Yard at the East Shroud. Piers right over there, and I see plenty of vultures. Well, I saw plenty of vultures. Where are they? There they are. They moved behind the tree. Alright, level 11 might be a little bit on the rough side, but I think we can do this. After all, we've got Cure. So if we start taking too much damage, we can just heal ourselves. Uh-oh. I don't need the second one of you. Please chill. And there we go. Just one left should finish off the log. Though, now that we're level 9, yes, we've got a few things we've crafted that we can equip. Very nice. What's our net gain on that? +1 and 2. No bonus to our stats. And +1 or 2. No bonus to stats. Still, that's plus a couple defense. That's very worthwhile. Now we just gotta hope we can get to level 10 with these last few hunting log entries and we'll be good. Alright, there we go. Northern Vultures down. Now let's head on to the North Shroud. Here we are, coming up on Peace Garden in the North Shroud. We have Midge Swarms. I believe we fought these before when helping out at the Hearse Mill. So not new enemies for us, but enemies to fight nonetheless. Just gotta kill 3 of them. Should be plenty around here. Really hoping we hit that level 10. We're honestly going to be cutting it pretty close. I think it'll be the bonus for completing the rank. Completing the hunting log from 1 to 10 that'll get us through. Alright, Midge Swarms are done. Oh, barely made it. And we learned several new actions. We learned Isuna. Ooh, Isuna is very good. I'm going to keep that right there. Medica, I'm going to put right there. Yeah. And let's take a look at these. I'm definitely going to be moving those abilities around later. But for now, Isuna removes a single detrimental effect from the target. It is a GCD. It basically removes one debuff from a party member. Very useful. Make sure you're using it. There is a trick to know when Isuna is best used. I will be getting into that when we are in party combat again. And Medica. Medica restores its own HP and the HP of all nearby party members. It is an area of effect heal, which actually makes me tempted to put it there. Yeah. Because I normally do area of effect on the back bar and regular on the front bar. So that'll work. It's basically my area of effect here. So that should be good. But yeah, let's go ahead and check out our, several new bits of equipment. Maple Crook, which has several bonuses to our stats. In addition to the increased damage, Amateur's Hempen Coif, pretty good stat bonuses. Amateur's Breeches, and Amateur's Duckbills. Getting a lot of improvements this time around. Nice. Sadly, we don't have the magic hat anymore. Alright, but with that, I believe that concludes everything we wanted to do for today. Next time on Final Fantasy XIV, we are going to be working on our Conjurer level 10 quest as we continue to make progress in learning the art of conjuring. I'll see everyone next time for that.